Here we are, one set of... Just licking off all the iodine I've sprayed on the navel. Good morning. I severely hope the part comes for that tractor. Just need to empty that trailer. Look quite comfy there. Don't want to disturb you. Can I have my bucket back? Thank you. And we could do with getting a bit of rolling done. And that's the sprayer tractor. Fingers crossed it arrives today. Come on. Good morning! It is now by 1 o'clock and raining. Exciting delivery coming this afternoon. I have been out purchasing. I went and saw a machine yesterday. I shook a man's hand, called Tom, and bought a new machine. Yeah. One breather hose, one bit of hose with a 90-degree in the end. Right, let's go. Let's get it going again. The fence actually having a bit of bother as well. The fan in the cab won't turn off, even when you turn the tractor off. Bit of an odd one. It's about now I'm regretting not repairing this tractor inside. Hey ho, let's get it sorted. I've lost my Jubilee clip again. Oh, where have I put it? I've got the other end on. Just tightening this end up. This end's nice and easy. Loads of access. Fuel breather's back on now. We've still to get all the plates back on it, but we'll shift it into the dry. And I'll let Harvey put all the plates and whatnot back on. Clean out that chaff that's under the cab floor. I need to go and pick up some medicine for a calf. And then once Harvey's got this back together, he'll put a trailer on and go and shift some dung. We're going to muck out one pen. Right, I've put it on the opposite way around to where it came off, so it's a lot easier to get a spanner over that now. Hopefully we never need to. There's my rag. We've made it. Medicine collected. Dose rate written down because the box is in a funky language that I don't know. 1 ml per 20 kilos of weight, so we'll give the calf 2 mil. What I think my calf has is a bit of joint ill. Likely picked up an infection through the navel, potentially maybe a lack of colostrum uptake. So hasn't necessarily picked up the resistance it's needed, and it's picked up joint ill, which is a bit of inflammation in the joints. It's actually pretty lethal, the joint ill. If the calf gets it, it's real hard to get it out of them again. I'm hoping I've caught this calf early enough, and we'll hammer it with medicine and keep our fingers crossed. Well, I don't think we're going to get drilling tomorrow anyway. It is soaking. Here we are, one set of rollers. I'm just going to unload them with a forklift here because drills in that tractor and there's no other tractors here. Right, here they are. A set of Dalbo 12.3 metres, so they'll fit in with our 24 metre tram lines. Or if we ever shift to 36. Big set that, 2011. I bought them down in North Berwick from a farmer called Tom Tate. He's just buying the same set again. I'll show you them a bit more in daylight, but they've had a bit of work done them in terms of welding. These brackets have been renewed, 1 and 2 for the rams. There's some gussets been put in here, but the repairs that have been done on them have been done pretty well. No, I'm pretty pleased with them. Big lump of a set of rollers that. I'm hoping the forklift takes them off alright. Should do. Ian here's delivered them safe and sound. Perfect load. Good man. Cheers, pal. Oh, you beauty. He's a nice driver, him. Hunt's Transport. I just put an advert up this morning on Load Fill site on Facebook, and they fired me a message saying we can get them shifted this afternoon. Happy days. £400. Job done. Plonk them in the middle of the shed here. I'll give you a quick spin round them just now, and then when we get them on a tractor folded out, I'll tell you a bit more about them. The hitch on this forklift was just managing to lift them. I lifted it, but it was a fair bit of effort there. 8.2 tonne. There might be 3 tonne on that drawbar there because the wheels are right at the back. They're in reasonable condition. They've not been on really harsh conditions or ground, relatively flat stuff over in Berwick. Right, I've got the forklift lights on them, we can see them a bit better. This is the repairs I was talking about. So the gussets have been put in here to strengthen it. And as you can see by the state of the welds, the thickness of the steel, it's a good repair that. There was some cracks showing up. The new design of these Dalbo rollers has the gussets in there. So that was obviously a weak point. That's been done the same on that side. And then these two ram mounts have been redone. Two sets of spools for those rams and then the folding out rams. And then we have a pressure gauge here. We'll have a fiddle with that when we first get going. There's a little bit of pitting on this ram and the equivalent on the other side. Hopefully they'll be alright, they might need re-chromed. The reasoning. So we currently sit at 6 metres with the rollers. Time consuming, fair bit of compaction, your wheelings every single 6 metres. And any of you who watch Mr. James Peck, CrawfordsFarm on YouTube, he speaks a lot about CTF, control traffic farming. Basically minimising your compaction to the same wheelings and creating patterns across your field that your tractors always drive on. Basically, we're going to be able to reduce rolling wheelings in a 24 metre width, 4 sets of wheelings down to 2 sets of wheelings with this. If you do the maths based on a 10 to 15% drop in yield from a wheeling mark from a tractor, I did the maths and basically across 1,000 acres is roughly what cereals we're putting down every year. We're rolling everything. This is going to increase the yield every year by about £7,000 based on a £200 crop price per tonne. It's not quite that price right now. That was on a 3 tonne yield on a £200 a tonne crop price. That does not account for any time saved. They cost £13,000 plus £400 to get them here, so £13,400. From my maths, it will take exactly 2 years to pay those off, and then it is purely increased yield, which should be just bottom line profit, because you're still applying your seed, you're still applying your spray on top of the wheeling marks. You're not reducing those areas by 10 to 12%. You're just increasing yield by dropping out wheelings. So for me, it was a no-brainer. Also, I've just noticed another bit of welding down there that I didn't realise, but I still would have bought them. I managed to justify it on cost, and 2 is a bigger, shinier bit of kit. Happy with that purchase. You don't see many sets of 12 metre rollers kicking about for reasonable money in reasonable condition. Do I have enough beans to pull those up hills? We don't have too many hills, thankfully. Should be able to pull them up hills, no bother. See you tomorrow. We had this beast last night. Flippin' heck. Well done, mother. He is a monster. Mother's just licking off all the iodine I've sprayed on the navel. Thank you. I've got a wee project to build, which involves a few parcels. Speed controller. Some adapters. A vacuum tank. Some hose. Some air tubing. Some quick release air fittings. A 12 volt motor. There should be a few more bits. And a cup that looks like it should live in a dairy. Can you guess from here what I'm going to be trying to do? I'm going to build a 12 volt suction cup for going on teats of my cows if I need to pull some milk off of a cow. That'll run off a DeWalt battery. What I'm missing is the adapter. So you can get adapters that take your battery and you can wire them straight in. And then I've got the wee micro switch there. Does this have an on-off? No. What I need to do is plumb this through this valve system out to the other side where the motor will be. So it's going to soak from here and liquid's going to go through there, and the liquid will drop out and the air will keep going, and the liquid will drop out into that tank. That's the plan. Don't know if this is a good or a bad idea, but if I heat up this rubber end, get it a bit malleable, hopefully it's a, what's the word for it? Thermosetting plastic? Can't remember. Anyway, hopefully it'll melt and we can just shove that on top. It will be a nice interference fit if we can get it just to be a bit malleable. After I bought all these bits, I checked whether you could buy a system like this, and I think you can, but I bought all the bits by then and I want it to work on a DeWalt battery, so it's going to crack on anyway. I think it was like £110 in bits so far. I don't think I'll need any other bits. Don't know if the motor will be big enough to draw a big enough vacuum. Soon find out. It's not pretty, but version 1, I think that'll work. I will need to extend this hose, but that's not a problem for now. One of these. My Chinesium hot glue gun. I'm gonna glue this motor right there, out the way of that valve. It's almost hot enough, it's getting there. It says green. You'd think green means hot. Oh, here it comes. Just put a wee dollop on for now. Oh, it's cooling down too quick. Right, we have dodgily wired this up. Is that going to stay in there? Oh, what the hell does that mean? Don't know, but it's working. Crank it up. Oh, because that's not sealed, that's not going to work. I was wondering why this wasn't drawing a vacuum, but obviously there's a hole there. But we need to seal this. It might now draw a vacuum. Currently no vacuum. I think my pump is... Oh! So it is drawing a vacuum, just a very small one. Obviously there's quite a large vat of air in there, so it takes a bit of drawing down. Also, I've not sealed any of the lines, so there'll be air getting in. So the concept works, that's just definitely not big enough. I think I read it wrong. This is 600 mil a minute. I was looking for 6 litres a minute or something bigger. So I'm going to order another one of these and we'll reassess. But I think the concept should work, don't see why not. For another day. I went big on the pump. I've ordered a 45 litre a minute pump. Obviously I've got that micro switch so I can dial it down. But I think I might need all that.
You got Rory?
Rest of coffee.
K for
Coffee.
I don't mean to make too many people jealous, but it is currently raining fairly heavy. Yes. Perfect.